everyone, so I've promised to keep you up to date on just our journey with Yoshi. We rescued him from a livestock auction. I have some unfortunate news, but it's not all completely bad. And I'll start it off by saying when we first got Yoshi, I noticed that his eyes did look a little weird, but it didn't seem like he was, completely blind or impaired in that way. Come to find out, over kind of the last few weeks, I've noticed on this particular side, which is his left side, that he did struggle a little bit more. Like I noticed he'd run into the fence if I was trying to lead him through it, or if Tucker was next to him, he wouldn't see Tucker there. And while I was noticing that, I was also noticing that his eyes were swelling up and they were really runny. So I ended up calling the vet just because with eye conditions, it's best to treat them as soon as possible because you don't want them to get worse. So the vet came out and did confirm in fact that he is blind in his left eye. And you can see, he cannot see movement out of that at all. But this eye over here on the right was very swollen and it was runny. And so we just wanted to get it looked at. So the vet did take a look at that right eye, and he actually said that he doesn't know how well he can even see out of it, but I do know he does react and he'll move his head away from movement. But he said he has uveitis. So if you don't know what uveitis is, it's where certain tissues in the eye become inflamed and it does impair their vision. There's a few different types of uveitis. The one you don't want your horse to have is recurrent uveitis, and this is just where the eye will continue to flare up until the horse goes blind. The good news is the vet did not think it was recurrent uveitis. He just thought that maybe there's a bacterial infection in there. So we have been treating for that. The vet did say that once we treat him, his eye will clear up some to where he will be able to see better out of that right eye. So we have been treating him for about a week and his eye is clearing up. It is swelling less. He said just to keep an eye on it though, because although he doesn't think it is the recurrent uveitis, if it swells up again and goes down that road, it could definitely be that. And he did say with that, you will want to vaccinate against lepto because lepto and recurrent uveitis are tied together. Horses are extremely adaptable. You'll see blind horses or partially blind horses still going through life and thriving. I've seen partially blind horses competing. I've seen blind horses competing. And so just because a horse is going blind doesn't mean that they're useless, or that they can't have a good quality of life. So however it turns out, we are gonna make it work. My biggest concern right now would be just him being out with Tucker. Tucker has done really well with him. Although Tucker is dominant and kind of bossy sometimes, he doesn't do anything that's that would make me think, this isn't a good fit right now. I'm just gonna watch them interact and I'm gonna keep an eye on that, because if it gets to the point where Tucker's chasing Yoshi around and I'm scared that Yoshi could run into something or hurt himself, then we will have to come up with a different solution. So besides that unfortunate news, we are still loving Yoshi. We're falling in love with him more and more. He's just the sweetest little boy. Even with his eye and having to be poked and prodded, he handles it so well. And you kind of hear horror stories about miniature ponies being jerks and being turds, but he is the complete opposite of that. He's like a little dog. I'll just sit here and cuddle him and he'll fall asleep. And actually, in fact, the other day, Colin was out here with him and Yoshi just laid down and went right to sleep next to Colin. Just cute little things like that. We really love Yoshi, and so, like I said, no matter how it turns out with his eyes, we're gonna make it work. Even if, we have to get another horse to be in with Tucker and then get another companion for Yoshi, that will be a little bit more of a pleasant, passive companion to where we don't have to worry about him being run around and things like that. So with rescue horses, it doesn't always go as planned, but that's all right, because our sole purpose was simply to give Yoshi a better home. So that's what we're gonna do. If you missed the last update, I'll put the link in the description to that video. Thank you guys so much for watching.